Business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, and look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Rhonda? and leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Marak Hicks, and I am the founder and CEO of Miracle Recruiting. I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker is Dr. Stephanie Audrey of 420 Wellness Jamaica Incorporated. Dr. Stephanie Audrey is a serial entrepreneur with over 3 decades history of conceptualizing, launching, scaling, and operating multi-billion-dollar organizations. Dr. Audrey is recognized as a proven leader in the real estate, finance, and development sector, leading design and building teams through the development process while ensuring that the scope, schedules, and budgets were maintained for multi-billion-dollar portfolios of projects under her leadership. I present to you Dr. Stephanie Audrey. Hi, Dr. Stephanie. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I guess there's a slight delay. I don't see myself yet, but if you can hear me, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you and I can see you and your lovely background. I wish I was where you were right now.
Okay, no worries. All right, fantastic. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for having me as a guest today on the Black Business Expo Olympics. I'm looking forward to sharing.
Of course. Alrighty, so I'm going to leave it to you. And with that, genius is common. I'll see you on the other side.
Wonderful. I'll see you on the other side. Well, everyone, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to join you again this time for a continuation of our conversation. We've been talking about the global economy. And so, as was mentioned, I am the CEO of what used to be 420 Wellness. We are now Zeniverse Wellness Group, Inc. is the parent company of our organization. And we are involved in the global wellness business, where we're launching a series of wellness resorts, as well as participating in a space that's now being defined and called food as medicine, which really talks about helping people begin to consume options of better quality food. So perishable and non-perishables, as well as meal kits, and I like to say, our tools, tinctures, and formulas that we use to help you move your body to wellness. So Zeniverse Wellness Group, we are in the space of real estate. We physically acquire and reposition assets under our various brands. At this point, we have 3 brands in our portfolio that we're initially working with. So 420 Wellness is one of those brands. We have 420 Wellness Jamaica, 420 Wellness South Africa, and 420 Wellness London, that are all in the current round of releases. And then we're working on other markets as well. So we'll have some more announcements coming up about some of those other locations that are at different stages of development. Additionally, we find ourselves knee deep in the food as medicine sector, which is where we're working on. We're farmers. We have a series of farms in our portfolio as well. And this is where we're able to not only cultivate, but create the food, as well as the herbal remedies that we use to help you heal your bodies. And we believe that holistic healing requires mind, body, and soul wellness. And so in mental wellness, we work a lot with experts to help address emotional traumas, because we see that not only are emotional traumas really ongoing poisons and traumatic to live, those memories that people are struggling with, but that the other sad part about it is each time you're thinking toxic thoughts, sadly, there is a consequence, because you're releasing those same toxic chemicals within your bodies, which means you're killing your cells. Yes, you are killing your cells based on your thoughts. Imagine that. So when you begin to get older in age and you wonder why you've had a more rapid depletion of certain natural, cellular strength, natural minerals and vitamins that your body once produced, if your thoughts were also causing you to deplete those natural herbs, minerals, and cellular health that your body would have, then you'll find yourself in a situation where illness, disease begins in your mind. It begins with your thoughts. You may not be thinking about the particular disease, but it's the thoughts that you're holding about how you're experiencing your life, your relationships, that are contributing to the disease. And that's unfortunate, because what happens is when you have cellular decay, when your cells begin to atrophy, then those cells send a signal that, hey, I'm dying over here. And usually that's what activates the cells within your body that are cancer. And cancer then goes to those cells where there's deterioration and typically forms and begins to manifest as cancerous cells. And the reason being is that we all have cancer cells within our bodies. That was by design, so that when we pass on, our body has the ability to decompose. And so that's what the function of normal, healthy cells would do at the time of your passing, your demise. Then those cancer cells would go to work and decompose the physical body that you presently occupy. So your thoughts really matter. So thoughts, that mindsets, and emotional care. The second area that we focus is on your physical body. And we focus on your physical body by assisting you with establishing gut health. And gut health is essential because, again, your gut has trillions of little biomes activated in your body by different things. And so if you're eating food that lacks nutritional value, unfortunately you're not feeding the good cells, you're feeding bad cells. So the bad cells are multiplying, and those bad cells, again, takes on a life of their own and contributes to your mental. You ever talk to somebody and they say, oh, I feel like I've been in a fog, or I'm in a little bit of a zombie, state. Or you talk to someone who, after eating a meal, they immediately become, comatose, they're sleepy, they're exhausted. That should be a sign that something is not right. You're not supposed to feel like you're ready to go to sleep because you've consumed a meal. That something is off. When I eat a meal, when I finish a meal, I'm energized. I'm ready to go some more. I'm not ready to go to sleep. I'm activated. My brain is alert and energized, and I feel like I have more energy. So if it is that that's not what you're realizing from your meals, then that should begin to become a key indicator that something is off base. But today, what I wanted to do was to continue the conversation, because I've begun a couple conversations with you all. I've talked about the global wellness future with both the author Keaty directly, and then Dr. Oliver and I have had conversations, because literally we occupy several of the spaces that he's revealed and discussed. But why we're so excited, and why I'm excited in particular, is that many of the sectors that are being discussed as opportunities basically present some significant opportunities for Black American entrepreneurs. There's over a $2 trillion market opportunity that we, those of us who are prepared with sufficient capital, capacity, and understanding of how to build customer segments, are uniquely poised to take advantage of. And so that's been the drum that I have been beating, and my colleagues and my team and I have been working towards. Because, see, as an entrepreneur, I learned very early on that I could develop a business, I could develop a solopreneurship if that was my interest. I figured out how to take care of myself. But that's not the problem. I had a bigger vision. How could I be an employer and facilitate taking care of others? How could I have a supply chain that would be rich enough that I could create contracts for others? I think I shared in one of my other interviews or one of my fireside chats about my fondness for the show Billion Dollar Buyer. That's what I imagine, is being able to spend $1 billion investing in companies and creating opportunities. And it's amazing because I talk a lot. I have a vlog that I host each week called Naked with Dr. Money. And during that vlog, I talk about mindsets. And the reason that I really harp on mindset is I've come to recognize that there's a different mindset that's held by the top performers in the world. And each top performer has had to invest significantly in their craft. When you look at the Olympics and you look at the competitors, the participants, they train from very early in their lives to one day be able to compete. And a lot of times those competitions are small. They might take a minute or 2 minutes to complete that particular activity, that event. But they've studied for years and years and years, and you have kind of one crack at that opportunity. So when you think about planning and preparation for someone who's not invested in that type of rigor with their own personal development, on the outside attempting to look in, you miss a lot. It's those, what I like to call those Sunday morning quarterbacks. They have all the answers on what the team could have done differently, should have done differently, what they would have done. But it's easy. You're sitting on the bleachers. If you're out on the field, it's a different experience. It's a different set of information. It's a different set of data that's you're experiencing. And that's not the same experience from the bleachers. So oftentimes when you're working on something, you really do have to turn off the outside noise. And so it takes a lot of determination. And especially when you see a vision, people are talking about the rise of China. I told somebody I'm China and they're laughing. They're like, what do you mean? I'm saying, because I spent the last 40 plus years studying business. I started studying business when I was 8 or 9 years old, really. And by the time that I was 9, I knew that I wanted to be an international business tycoon. And so that was part of how I chose to invest in my learning. I told my mother early on, and the thing is that was so brilliant about my mom is she didn't tell me no. She said, yes, you can, and over the years, she watched my commitment and dedication. I've taken a lot of risks. I've had wins and I've had more losses than wins, because I don't want you to believe that you step up to the plate and take a swing and everything. At every level of any game, there are rules of engagement. And in the business world, the business sector is filled with variables. There's multiple variables for success. So let me explain a little bit of what's happening with this $2 trillion market opportunity. I started looking at health and wellness really hard 15 years ago. But let me give you the backstory to how that sort of formed its way into my thinking. So what happened was, as a young entrepreneur, when I finished high school, I had an opportunity to start my first business. I won a contract with the California State Library Association. And that was with the assistance. My mother brought that information to me and encouraged me to believe that I was qualified. And I took a stab at it. And when it came down to the contract opportunity, I was not the first person, but I was a finalist. I was in second position. And for some reason, the first person was no longer available. So my contract then was the contract that was awarded. And I kept that contract for 2 years while I completed my Associate of Arts degree in San Francisco as a student at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. And what was really interesting was, although that was not my school of choice, I had been preparing from the age of 9, because in 4th grade was when we were first qualified to enter the GATE program, which is what the Gifted and Talented Education Program. And if you were a participant in the Gifted and Talented Education Program, then you got to prepare yourself for college, and you began to understand what the criteria was for college. So you had to take a certain level of courses at an advanced level so that you'd be qualified. And so because I grew up at that time, in Emeryville in North Oakland, I was born in Berkeley and raised in Emeryville area. Initially, I went to elementary school there. My school of choice was University of California, Berkeley. And I planned to go to school and become a plastic surgeon. And so I had fulfilled along the way the various requirements until I got to 10th grade. And my mother was experiencing some personal economic challenges that she felt were really significant. And she asked me not to pursue a 4-year college degree, as well as not to pursue a medical education at that time, because she really wanted me to help with, taking care or contributing to the household in a more meaningful way. And so I listened to her, and I told her that I felt that I would be worth more, at least with an Associate of Arts degree. And then I made a promise to her and myself that I would complete the rest of my education on my own dime along the journey, however I could get it done. And it took 40 years, right? Because I can tell you that affirmatively, because this weekend I'm going to my 40-year high school reunion. In fact, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area right now because they broke it up into 2 parts. Part 1 is a dinner this week, and then the rest of the weekend in Las Vegas. So, yes, it's been a 40-year journey, I can affirmatively say. And a journey filled with peaks and valleys, with learning and growth, with development and understanding. And what I realized that I didn't realize really until the year of 2020, that the vision that I had was such a significant vision in terms of size and scale, that all of the journey along the way, you sometimes wonder why you might not be sticky in a particular situation. Or, as I shared with people, I've bought and owned a number of homes, but yet each time they didn't feel like they were the permanent place. But I didn't understand that. It would always kind of be a little frustrating thing. It's like, why doesn't this feel like home, like forever? It never felt like that for me. It felt like it was home for a season or for a reason, but not really for a lifetime. In 2020, I felt like I got far enough along the journey that I was able to sort of look back in perspective and realize all of the various experiences I'd gained. And then it became very clear that the vision to create wellness resorts had been forming and developing, and that I had been adding to the business model and sewing in. So it's the one thing that I tell people, that when you pray or when you have a desire and you believe that you've put or set that intention, that is why it is so important to write out your plans. I've always been a journal keeper. I journal. I've always prepared vision boards. My mother imparted that knowledge to me again when I was young, and I told her I wanted to be an international business tycoon. She said yes, but she asked me, what did that look like, so that I could begin to create the visions. And she was the person that taught me how to make vision boards. We used to do that, especially around the holidays when it was quiet. She and I would spend time, just making our vision boards, talking about our year plans. We would evaluate what we felt we'd accomplish for a year, and then we would begin making plans for what we wanted to accomplish in the subsequent year. And that was kind of how we would do our New Year's resolution. So my mother really had me on a path to developing very positive and powerful practices that would then allow me to manifest, the dreams. I would be able to listen internally and know which assignments I had been given. And that's what I believe, that I have been given by the Almighty and the ancestors. So this wellness vision. At 14, I was out with my dad, and I remember we were looking into the window of this business that had closed. And after looking at that business, what we discovered was that it was an aquarium. And I was saying to my father, wow, it would be so great if I could, if I could use if I could use this aquarium and turn it into some kind of wellness situation. And so my dad said, wellness. And I said, yeah, I don't know why wellness. So whatever, I kind of forgot about it and we went on about our way. Well, then years later, after I had finished having the initial contract that I mentioned, it came time to graduate from FITM. And what I noticed, and I remember discussing this with my mother, I was making more money at that time as an independent business owner than I would make if I were working in the field that I had just trained for. But at the same time, there was still this perceived uncertainty about me as a young entrepreneur. And I agree. I wasn't sure. I was, taking chances that I didn't know about. And so there was certainly this preference of having a secure position or job. But anyway, I got an opportunity to work in the marketing department of the Claremont Resort Hotel, which is located in the Oakland Berkeley Hills. And at that time, the Claremont Resort Hotel, just for those of you who want a time context, this was the late 80s. And our big marketing assignment at that time was updating the logo and branding because we were making $1 million and over $1 million investment in this new thing called a spa. And other hotels had not made a similar investment, but this was going to be this new thing. I was so fascinated about being part of that process and watching how you take an established brand and then reposition that brand for its next, season. And the reason that that was very important to me is before then, as an entrepreneur, I was fascinated with what it took to create a sustainable organization. And the companies that I was following were companies like IBM, the Xeroxes, the General Electrics, these Fortune 500, what we call blue chip organizations that had been formed. Again, it all begins with the initial founders, somebody's mind, somebody's ideals, somebody's intention is what causes each organization to form. You forget when you see big established organizations that have lasted for decades, that they all began at the table with just a few who had a belief, who were willing to put in the work. See, that's the problem. Is a lot of people say they want things, but they are not willing to put in the work. They want to sit on the sideline as if they believe that those things are going to magically show up. They don't. It's about you putting forth the intention, recognizing that then, okay, the next thing is now to begin the process. What is your process? What is your contribution to helping you fill the gap between where you are and where you want to be? But remembering that it's the journey. It's not the destination. So every stage, every step along the journey is an opportunity for one or two perspectives. Either it is a lesson that you had an opportunity to learn, or if it is, you come from a mindset that is really a mindset of zero-sum philosophy, a win-lose philosophy, then you are only evaluating your experiences on either I won or I lost, when really that's not the perspective that high performance leaders rely upon. Yes, we recognize wins and losses, but we don't recognize them in the same context. We recognize them in terms of lessons that I can learn and begin to learn new information so that I can incorporate that new information into my strategy to see if I can produce a different outcome. They've made the statements over and over again about the number of failures that Thomas Edison had in creating, his inventions. And he was a major inventor. And he says, no, these weren't failures. I learned a number of ways that didn't work. We have products, post-it notes. If you were to go from a win-lose, it was technically a failure of a product. No, it was an opportunity to determine that there was a whole nother product that could be produced based on the ingredients. Those ingredients didn't work for the intended outcome, but they produced a better outcome when it is you looked at the opportunity to pivot. However, if you were coming from a mentality of lack, you would never consider that there's a pivot or another opportunity here. And that's the thinking that's held by entrepreneurs. But anyway, I started thinking about wellness and spas again back in my early 20s. And so to have gone along the journey where after working with the Claremont, I went back into business. Became involved with an organization that was encouraging young entrepreneurs to form their businesses. And this again was in the 80s, the late 80s, where in Oakland in particular, if you were a teenager or in your early 20s and you were looking for work, it was very difficult. We were in a deep recession. I think we were under the Reagan administration. A lot of shifts had happened in the economy. And so there was a young woman who figured out that, she had been charged with running her parents' business at a young age. So she figured that, young people have a lot more capacity than maybe they've been given an opportunity to express and develop. So she assembled a brilliant team of then young executives in corporate America who had, functional domain knowledge and also were willing to be mentors to those of us entrepreneurs to show us, a glimpse of what maybe a more structured organization looked like and felt like and operated like. And so at the time that I became involved with the organization, I had already had a chance to be in business. And then even my experiences at FITM were so rich because even though that was not the school that I thought I wanted to attend, it turned out to be the blessing in disguise because most of my professors were business owners. And that was part of how the school was structured. They didn't have full-time tenured professors, a lot of the professors at that time in San Francisco. So when I studied the accounting class, my professor, her and her husband owned one of the top CPA firms in San Francisco, So all of these different instructors were bringing first class instruction in the institution. And because I was a young entrepreneur, they were able to really impart meaningful knowledge. And so it allowed me to go beyond theory to actually being able to apply those practical inputs. So by the time I became involved with originally what was called the East Oakland Youth Development Center, the East Oakland Youth Entrepreneurial Program. Later, we were able to rebrand it. In fact, it was my suggestion that we name it YES because I wanted YES as an acronym because of the political position we were taking. And so we became Youth Entrepreneurial Services. And then we were what, you guys talk about WeWorks and all of these Regis, and we were early incubator of young people with offices on Grand Avenue in Oakland, where we were able to operate our businesses. Those who chose to operate full-time, I don't think I had a full-time location there. I think I ended up setting up and operating out of Preservation Park. But nonetheless, you had the opportunity to be part of this organization. And so I went through as a student, a young entrepreneur. I was able to present my business plan and secure the initial funding. And then I became a trainer of other young entrepreneurs during this process as well. And so that was such a rich experience because, being mentored with the likes of Carol H. Williams, who still has a thriving, successful advertising agency. She was one of the early people as a result of my meeting of Stan Aber. There were Ron Brown, Robert Brown. There were a number of powerful leaders, Laura, I think Cathright. No, that might not be her last name. I have to look back. But Laura, who was a JD MBA and the lead of the National Association of Black MBAs at the time. There was just a rich group. Al and Carrie. and Gilbert, who were entrepreneurs with multiple businesses and, contributors again to the ecosystem. Art and Fraser Scott had a successful business in Oakland. So a number of these top participants and players in the market were who we had access to as young entrepreneurs. And so as I developed this vision around wellness, that's really what I was building my ideals from. So fast forward 15 years ago, I realized when the financial markets collapsed again, and the sectors that were impacted were housing and commercial real estate. But what I noticed was other asset classes like health and hospitality, those classes seemed to be faring very well. I had strategically built my resume as a real estate developer in mixed use. And so when you build your resume to be able to be financed in a particular asset class. So what I discovered was it was necessary for me to add hospitality back into my experience, as well as adding health in some form. And I knew that I didn't want to do hospitals as they were currently configured and designed, because I really didn't even believe fully into the Western philosophy of medicine. So I began thinking about what it was I wanted to create. And that's when I came up with this idea of a Medispatel. So that is my own asset class and creation. And that is what we have put together our team to design and develop. And that is what you will begin to experience coming soon, because we will be opening up our first locations this year. We're planning to kick off our Jamaica locations in time for peak season, which begins in December. So some of you, we've had a few people sample. We are working on a licensing model as well, where we license our concepts. So if you've seen Starbucks, and Starbucks have several company-owned locations, but then they have licenses. They have locations where they might be in your supermarket. They might be in your office building. They may have a Starbucks location in your nearest hotel. That's what a license model looks like, where a brand is able to occupy unique spaces without owning the entire space. And if any of you have stayed at a Ritz-Carlton, it's the same thing. Ritz-Carlton's, the flag is a flag and an operating methodology, but the Ritz-Carlton does not own the physical real estate, right? Again, when you understand the business, see, I've always been curious about, let me understand the structure. How is the entity structured? How is the entity then financed? How was the company set up to scale? Those types of decisions have been very important to me along the journey. Hence why at this stage of development, and why at this stage with our business, we're able to go forward in a significant way as players and participants in the entrepreneurial ecosystem in the global business place. So I started off, and I think we're coming up probably close to time, so I'm not going to spend too much more time here, but I encourage you all to really understand that this global wellness future is real. And the spaces that we've chosen to occupy include the area of, again, our wellness resorts that are destination. And we have kind of two places that we play. We play in the wellness space, and those are for our guests that are currently considered healthy or closer to healthy. So they're not necessarily going because they're dealing with a current illness. They're healthy and they want to maintain and strengthen. So you're a top performer and you are investing in your wellness. We talk about, oftentimes I talk about this with my son. LeBron James plays at a high level. He spends millions of dollars a year on making sure that he can physically and mentally perform at that high level. You don't magically get on the floor and perform without having made some investments prior to. So we speak to that particular audience of high performers. We also address an overlap of medical as it relates to chronic conditions. So if you have an existing chronic condition and you're exploring alternative treatment modalities, Our team of functional medicine physicians, led by, excuse me, Dr. Aubrey Oliver, is where we go down the path of helping you to accomplish wellness holistically by addressing whatever chronic conditions you're facing. And again, we're looking at your mind, your body, and how we can overall contribute to your soul after we've gotten your mind and body addressed and you're back on track. And so what we see is it's a very important to be able to have you experience a certain state of being, but more importantly, to have you consume certain ingredients, certain nutritions. See, if you're eating nutritionally dead food, then eventually your body cells can begin to atrophy because they're not being nutritionally fed. And so no wonder you get to a point of life which should be a point of kicking into another gear, but instead of kicking into a higher gear, you're falling by the wayside. You know, when I look at the current generational cohorts, we have more younger generations, as even Keaty cites in his book. Generation X, Y, and Z are sicker than their parents and are taking on what typically were considered geriatric diseases early. I saw a statistic recently about the rise in early dementia and Alzheimer's for the population age 30 to 45 years old. Hey guys, that's lifestyle. That's lifestyle. Dementia and Alzheimer's is type 3 diabetes. That's sugar on the brain. Sugar on the brain. So the biggest problem is your sugar consumption. But again, if you are not aware of this, and if you're not aware of what comes to sugar, it's not just eating white sugar, it's what foods are you consuming that turn to sugar in your body. Remember that you're getting sleepy after eating a meal. Those are some of the things that you need to explore and understand. So what we believe in is that it's very important to maintain a certain balanced state within your body. The only way you can do that is to recognize first, what is the current condition of my body, of my wellness, and then understanding that to work on the mindset, because again, it's amazing how many people have been brainwashed. But again, that is what effective advertising and marketing does. If you hear the same message over and over and over again, irrespective of the validity of the statements, you begin to believe it. Hands down. I know I own an advertising agency. And in advertising, the thing that we did is we studied psychology. We study human behavior. We focus test the messages oftentimes before we release them. So when a message is impactful and creates a call to action, and then the product is made in such a way to create an addiction, all we have to do is get you to try it so many times, because we know after so many times, it will become the product of choice. And in some cases, it will become a addiction that you pursue that particular product. So instead of using the power of advertising to have you become addicted to things that are hurting, our aim is to have you addicted to things that are healing. We want to help you heal your mind, body, and soul. And that does require mindset. It requires physical consumption of new ingredients. One, you have to detox your body from the dominant ingredients that are controlling your body. Think of your body as an energy system. An energy system that is being fed through its cells, through the bloodline. Okay. And so if it is, the blood is toxic, then as it circulates throughout the body, all of the organs that it touch are toxic as well. And so if you want to detoxify your body, detoxify your brain, some of you detoxify your pituitary gland. Oh, I forgot to mention, this will probably be blocked when I say this, but if you're using fluoride toothpaste, your pituitary gland has been shut off. You need to detox. and you need to get the fluoride out of your system so that your brain can begin to function the way it was designed to function instead of having an impediment. But again, like I said, this may be blocked. I'm talking too much. I'm telling too many truths. This is why we had to create an environment and a space where we would be allowed to tell people the truth and provide them with meaningful information backed by solid research. Again, a lot of people talk about a lot of things. I like to be fact-based as well as to collect the data. Let the data, and remember, not all data is the same because you need to understand, again, what is the intention behind the data. So when you see DBA after my name, that's Doctor of Business Administration. What that means is, as a doctor, the goal of becoming a doctor is to become a master of research under the area of your interest. My interests happen to be international business. And how I plan to play in international business was around capital, around venture. So my international business focus, my doctoral dissertation I prepared was on venture capital for independent filmmakers. So when people hear me call myself Dr. Money, it's not just because I practically proved that I've been able to add profits to every organization that I touch, but I also earned it. I earned it. Oh, paper, right? But enough about that. What I'm saying to you is market opportunities. Market opportunities present themselves and determine and based upon your ability to be prepared for those market opportunities, that will determine your ability to participate and play. It's not waiting until you see the manifestation of the opportunities. It's not too late, but it becomes more challenging when you enter a crowded marketplace. But if you're going to be a first mover, you also have to be structured so that you have resources that allow you to be a first mover moving into a space. So if a first mover decides to enter a space, you have to be well resourced. So we're talking about not only your capacity, we're talking about the capital, and we're talking about a keen understanding of the market segments that are available for exploit. So when we talk about this global wellness opportunity, what has come back as early feedback is that the world globally understands how the US has created capitalism, but not everyone believes in the philosophies. They like some of the capitalistic outputs, but not the approach. And what that means is the US and many of the countries formed from an imperialistic mindset, which means they put in place a philosophy that said it's a zero-sum game. So a win-lose proposition. So the way to do business is winner takes all, and everybody else is a loser. What we've discovered is that that's not sustainable. Sure, it took time. Most things take time before they prove out. That's why most people fail to realize or gain the knowledge, because they don't stick with something long enough to really see the time, to see the outcome. Like I said, I watched China. I've watched China build itself up to a strong superpower over my journey as a young entrepreneur developing my skills. So I can honestly say I've been watching China for over 40 years, and I've learned a lot in being able to watch them become the manufacturer for the world and then turn that into their superpower. So it's about recognizing opportunities and putting yourself in position so that you too can capitalize on those opportunities. It requires gaining business insights. If you're not following business news, not only domestically, but globally, you are not being educated properly to be able to be a participant in global market opportunities. You're going to suffer because there's a significant shift. And if you're not poised to participate, you will feel the pain. So anyway, thanks so much for an opportunity, to share this perspective. And I hope that we'll continue this dialogue so that more entrepreneurs can begin to consider how they might participate and capture some of this $2 trillion business opportunity.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. for joining in for sharing today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Before we let you go, it's okay. I'm so sorry, guys. We weren't able to get her information, but I'm sure you can look her up on the blackbusinessexpousa.com website to get more information about where you can find her. Next up, I wanted to share a little bit more information. The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpo.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use Cash App that's on the screen below at #BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We also want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for August 2023. Those are NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Reach Coaching and Training, Carolina Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Marjorie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Malaine Chennai Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Service, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, and Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I will see you on the other side.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur, or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
Dr. Eric Kelly III, and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
You know how a lot of people say that being successful is a great thing? Well, it really is. Yet having a successful mindset is the thing that propels people to their ultimate success. Now, many of us get stagnated. So, have you been stagnated and stuck from realizing your dreams because of fears and uncertainties and your mind telling you what if, and you never move into action? Well, you don't have to be stuck anymore. You can break free from the mind's default framework of backing down and freezing on the track to success. When doubts and difficulties arise, I've got something for you. It's called Harnessing Your Thoughts, Take the Reins, Control Your Life, and Win. And this new book is going to help you to cultivate critical thinking skills and harness those thoughts that you need to take back your control of everyday situations and win. So come and get your book July 4th, 2023. It's coming to you to help you enhance your mindset like never before. This powerful book is going to give you the strategies, tips, and tools that you need to really harness your thoughts, take the reins, control your life, because it's time for you to win.
Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I loved to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she is what she wants to be, the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
Hey guys, my name is Caden. I'm the CEO of Caden Teaches, and my genius is teaching kids about financial literacy. Throughout my financial products, such as my financial flashcards, my activity book, and my newest project, my financial bus, which I bought. And on the bus, it has a mock bank where kids will learn how to deposit and withdraw money, a mock grocery store where kids will be able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids will even be able to learn how to invest in stocks. Now, I decided to start teaching kids about financial literacy because I find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I feel if I were to teach kids about financial literacy, that I would be able to help kids tap into their genius. And I actually learned about financial literacy to my dad because I would go to business meetings with him, and I would always see that they were talking about financial literacy. And at that point, I didn't understand what financial literacy was. So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and teach it to kids in a way that they could understand. But I want you guys to help me help kids tap into their genius by going to my website, cadenteaches.com, and you can sew into me in my financial bus by going to my GoFundMe link. And remember, if Caden can, you can too, because genius is common.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marak Hicks, and I am the founder and CEO of Miracle Recruiting. And I am here to be your moderator and your next speaker for the Black Business Expo. Black Business Expo is offering the Black Business Olympics to business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, Black business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. As mentioned, I am going to be your next speaker, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself and my business at Miracle Recruiting. So Miracle Recruiting provides fractional support, HR and recruiting support to organizations, startup companies, nonprofit organizations, and really kind of helps them hunker down on the best practices for all things people operations. The way that I like to think about it is we like to create partnerships with organizations that allow individuals to bring their full selves to work and to feel completely and fully supported in their time working for a company. My business started in 2019 with the goal of really bringing a focus to organizations that are on the smaller side about how they can actively implement policy and strategy to develop the people, operations, HR aspects of their business. So that's all things employee engagement, employee experience, recruiting, talent acquisition, soup to nuts policy, to really support those individuals kind of working for the company. I had the idea to start this business because having worked in tech, in HR and recruiting for about 10 years, I realized the importance of having someone who is a Black person and a Black woman actively owning and having a seat at the table to really manage and guide leaders and CEOs through people operations and people experience. No one wants to work for a company or an organization where they don't feel like they're being supported or they're not seen, right? I had spent enough time as a full-time employee at organizations, either being the only Black person in the room, the only Black woman in the room, and really feeling to some degree self-conscious or questioning my ability to fit, to speak, and worrying about the way that I spoke or how what I said would be perceived by people around me when I was the first example or first opportunity that they had of really interacting with and working with a person that looks like me. And so my goal was really to make sure that my experience, both the negative sides and the positive sides of my experience were replicated for other organizations at a small size, but also to make sure that my negative experiences were ones that were never replicated for any person who was joining an organization. Moving forward, it was really important to me to make sure that diversity, equity, and inclusion and hiring talent of diverse backgrounds was on the forefront of the minds of the companies that I worked with, specifically because it gives opportunity to individuals who look like me to work inside of these organizations in other positions outside of just the customer service team, right? To really trust that they can hire individuals, Black individuals, brown individuals, into positions of leadership at organizations, because for so long there's been such an issue with hiring diverse talent. I wanted to be at the forefront of ensuring that experience actually happened for companies. So I started this business in 2019. I took all of my understanding, training, and learnings from my 10 years of experience in HR and recruiting and hit the ground running to make sure that every organization that I partnered with would be set up for success, right? It also meant that being in that position as an interim head of HR or an HR consultant, I was giving voice to people in the organization that may not have previously felt like they had a voice. So it meant that to some degree, my role was not just my role in my business does not just sit in the intersection between the people and the employee or between the employee and the company, but it also creates an experience where we get the opportunity to mentor Black individuals who are looking to break into corporate America, into corporate industries, and into the tech industry as well. So the second half of my business has been super related to the individual who is looking to get hired, right? In that situation, something that I have personally noticed working as a recruiter and on the recruiting side of the table is that most people do not know what a recruiter is looking for or thinking about when they're reviewing a resume. And most people have a difficulty when it comes to understanding how to sell themselves in a resume, right? And it pains me to understand that people will spend tons of money to have other individuals write their resumes for them because they feel that they are not able to write a resume for themselves because it's difficult for them to sell themselves or speak positively about the work that they've done or that they are doing. And so with that in mind, I have rolled out virtual and one-on-one based resume writing workshops. Sorry. So the workshops give you the opportunity to learn exactly what a person is looking for when they're looking to review your resume. I have hired for a number of different organizations in a number of different industries, and what information and context that is actively on your resume is pretty consistent. They're looking for ways for you to sell yourself, right? And they want to have an understanding based off of your resume. What's the work that you did and how you made an impact in the work that you've done. So I partner with individuals on a one-on-one basis or in a class basis to actively walk through the best ways to build your resume. I think that most people hear about resume writing for the first time when they've entered college or while they're in high school. And what I've noticed is when you learn about your resume writing in an academic environment, it is not done with the lens of a person who's looking to hire you. Also, it's probably done in a very outdated fashion, right? And that resume and the work that you have done with your resume is something that is actively going to follow you throughout your career, whether you continue to work in a corporate space or if you transition outside of corporate America and you decide to start your own business, the resume shifts from being a resume to a curriculum vitae or a CV, but the ability to sell the work that you've done and the things that you have experience with doesn't necessarily change. So it's really to create an impact in helping individuals learn how to best sell themselves and the work that they've done so they can either achieve job opportunities or have job readiness. So that way they are in their best shape and their best condition to take on whatever is next. So those are the two aspects of what Miracle Recruiting does and how we actively cover it from the employee side all the way to the business side. So just to give you some more information and insight for the business side and how we work with leaders, we come in and actively become fully invested into what your organization is doing, right? When I'm working with a client, when anyone on my team works with a client, we want to make sure that to the internal employee base, to candidates that we may be hiring for your team, that they have a feeling that we as an organization or we as consultants have a full digested grasp of what the organization is. We are not a staffing agency, right? So we don't just place people into the organization. We want to be fully invested in the work that you're doing, in the product that you're creating, in the culture of your organization, whether that be defining the culture for you and your team or becoming fully engulfed in said culture. It's really important for us to get a sense of why this is an amazing company to work for. Why would people want to work for this company? And then establishing relationships with your internal team members, because if we're coming in to take on an element of the HR and recruiting process, we want to establish employee trust internally so that your employees can feel comfortable working with and coming to our consultants with any questions that they have or problems that they have. And then we take the foundations that we learn from your business and your organization and use that to help influence HR and people operations strategy. So that could be anything from policy generation and policy creation. One of the big ones now that we are working on and working with organizations about is this idea and concept of back to work and back to office. Does it make sense? Should companies completely move remote? Why or why not? The way that we like to think about that is specifically relating to your business's culture and the way your team members work together. I think that you can really establish positive and supportive cultures within an organization despite being remote. But at the same time, there are some organizations and some people who do better being in an office, right? So really finding and defining a balance between what makes the most sense for your business and your team and your staff as you're scaling to really define what a remote from home policy could look like. Another one that we actively provide strategy on is right now there are some laws changing in terms of the compensation space, and it's a very big deal that New York State and California both are requiring businesses to share compensation information in their job postings. So how do you do that separate from just putting numbers there? Is there a strategy associated to comp? What do you do if you're not sure of the compensation that you should be offering someone? Is it going to detract or deter great candidates from wanting to apply for your jobs because the salary range is too low? And how do you manage that? We actively get in the weeds with you and work really closely with you to roll out a complete compensation philosophy and package. What that typically will look like is we will create something called a compensation philosophy. My personal belief is that you should not share information with your candidates externally and with other companies and businesses that cannot be clearly, fully defined, identified, and understood by your internal teams. So I think it's always best to start with your teams internally, right? So we work with you to create that internal philosophy. It can also be shared externally, but it's imperative that internal teams know exactly what they're doing and how they can grow, how their money can grow, how they can start making more comp. So we develop that internal philosophy. It is in line with your company's values. It is in line with your company's mission. And then from there, and with your company's financials, because we also need to be completely realistic about what money is in the bank when we're having conversations with team members internally and with candidates about what we're able to pay people and how much they're able to grow in terms of compensation. So we structure your internal philosophy. We then roll out an internal comp band program, which allows transparency for your team. So separate from saying we care about compensation and this is how we think about compensation, be it salary, bonus, equity package, some people do spot bonuses separate from your annual bonus. Whatever comp looks like for you, right? We give employees an understanding of where they can grow in terms of compensation trajectory, right? So if you're at X level, how with good performance do you get to the next stage, right? To start making more money. And what does that bracket of comp look like? How is it decided? One of the things that I think that we do that's really unique and I'm really passionate about is creating ways for individual contributors, meaning non-people managers, to grow with compensation without needing to take on the responsibility of management. And I believe that that is something that's really important because management is such a big responsibility and not necessarily every one of your employees is going to be good at it, right? But we want them to feel celebrated and rewarded and like they're putting in a good work and seen for what they're contributing to your organization. So we create separating bands for people who want to grow and have grown in their work responsibilities, but aren't necessarily people managers. So we usually offer a couple of different tracks and we work with you really closely on what those tracks look like and who would be good candidates for them. We identify where everyone in your organization is with comp. So we do a report based off of where everyone is, based off of their salary, performance, and their contributions to your organization. And it's an opportunity to see when being underpaid, overpaid based off of what their contributions are to the organization. And then from there, if you find yourself with a couple of individuals who are being underpaid and you did not realize they were underpaid in comparison to the work that they've done, we help you actively map out plans to true those people up to where they're supposed to be, right? Because if you have, let's say you have 20 employees who are not where they're supposed to be, it may not always be fiscally responsible for you to bump everybody up to where they're supposed to be all at once, especially because of where things are with funding for companies and where the economy is today. That's not necessarily a decision everyone can make. So we actively work with you on a plan that makes sense for you to true up individuals to where they are with compensation. And then from there, we then release the comp details to everyone. We tell you what your total compensation is, which is a breakdown of your base salary and how else you look at compensation within your particular organization. And then we explain your benefits. Part of explaining benefits is that most people think of benefits as free, but they're not. They cost your company money. So we want your employees to understand how much they as an individual cost your company it separated from just their salary, so they can see total numbers and get an understanding of where they are, what they're offered, what their value package is, so they can feel a little bit more sound with their compensation as we are kind of entering this age where employees are really thirsting and hungering for transparency. And then finally, we actively do the same thing for your recruiting process. So when it's time for you to hire people, and we sit down to kind of open those roles and work with you closely on hiring your folks, we will sit down with you and say, hey, okay, this is where the level needs to be in terms of work experience and knowledge on whatever the position is. And this role, based off of the market with companies of your size, should be coming in at X cost, right? So the salary for that role should look something like X or Y. And with that research, you can then feel confident about posting your job postings online, on LinkedIn, on wherever your angel list, wherever you're posting your jobs, with accurate compensation details that doesn't detour away the type of candidates that you're looking to hire for. We also create opportunities where if someone is worth more, is outside of the bands of what you're looking for, we pay people fairly. I think that it's important that the companies that we work for are aligned in making sure that they're going to pay their employees fairly. It's a good position for you to be in as an employer if you know that you pay people fairly, and if you get somebody who has more experience than what you were intending to pay that person, being mindful of that. Because paying individuals fairly and what they're worth is what leads to retention of that employee and keeps that employee engaged. So we work with you on compensations. We really cover all aspects of people ops. So that's comp, that's benefits administration, that's recruiting and selection, that's diversity, equity, and inclusion. We help you develop your diversity, equity, and inclusion plans if you don't have one. We keep you consistent. If you have over 100 employees, we make sure that your reporting for EEO is correct, and that it goes out in a timely fashion. If you have a global diversity, equity, and inclusion program, we get the opportunity to work with you and align on a program that's going to be beneficial and impactful for not just your team members and employees who are based here in the United States, but also those that are abroad in countries that may not necessarily allow for you to share the same information and diversity, equity, and inclusion metrics that you are able to share here in the United States. And then we build your program and we create programming and events and things for your internal team members to really feel like they can bring their full selves to work, whatever that is, however that is, right? So for an example, we've done events where African-American team members had the opportunity to connect via Mixer and really just get to know each other and have a good time while they're getting to know each other and other people in the space who are working in the industry that may not have known what the company was doing or how they did it. We created a space for that. Other events that we've held have been working in partnership with a celebrity who was an active user of our product and making sure that that particular celebrity could really share how their experience with the product was beneficial, share any feedback, give perspective on what other members who might be product users, what they're feeling, and kind of relate it back to the usage of the product and why it's important to make sure that your product is incorporating a diaspora of people and that you're meeting your active customers the correct way. So it's more than just throwing up, creating events around food, but we do events with food related to make sure employees feel fully incorporated and are able to indulge within a culture is really important. So that's another aspect of what we do and we actively can work with your business on. And then in addition to that, we roll out internal policy, right? So if that is kind of creating an internal culture for your teams where they can feel accountable and thrive on understanding and having the knowledge, and then we own all aspects of the knowledge share. So if we're doing our job the correct way for you as a partner on the HR side, for your business, it will feel like one of our consultants is running your HR ethos. They're covering all aspects for you and in your HR, from payroll all the way to whatever else, anything comes up, employee relations, complaints. We're sitting in the rooms, we're having the conversations, we're conducting the investigations for you. And in partnership with your leadership and executive team. So that way you have a clear understanding of what's going on, and it's fair, it's objective, right? Which is also going to be really important. So we basically come in and we cover all aspects of HR for businesses to really make them feel taken care of in that space, especially because most businesses on the smaller side usually will find yourself in a situation where the CEO is HR. And when that happens, you miss the opportunity to get the real understanding of how your employees are feeling, because no one wants to complain to the CEO, right? So we actively own that aspect. And then we sit with you, we develop HR strategy. If you're noticing employee engagement is an issue, where your team is not as engaged, or you're noticing there's been a trend in turnover and you're trying to dive into those metrics, we work really closely with you to figure out and diagnose what's going on, provide suggestions, and we implement them. So unlike regular HR consultants, we don't just come in and see a problem and tell you how to fix it and leave. We want to be actively involved in helping you solve your problem, and make sure that your people feel supported. So that's on the business side. And we actively are able to pick up any sort of projects related to that, be it on an individual basis, or if you are like, we need all of the help, all of the extra sauce, then you can feel free to just let us know, and we come in and really provide the support for you on the HR side in that way. And then shifting back to you as an employee or you as a candidate, right? If you're actively looking for a new job, this is something that the job market is crazy right now. There are so many people who are shifting between being laid off and also actively seeking new employment because their company may be getting ready to do layoffs, or they're just not happy where their environment is. Our goal is to really make sure you feel fully supported, right? So we want you to be able to apply for job opportunities, and to feel like you're putting your best foot forward on the market. So we do that in 3 waves. Usually when I'm speaking with someone who is interested in job support, I give them 3 options, and I try for those options to really empower them to work for themselves, right? Because my thoughts are, you can always, and I will gladly help you with a resume, and anyone I work with will gladly help you write a resume for a fee. My goal is for you to learn how to write your own resume, so that way you don't need to pay anyone in the future. So we first start off with looking to understand what you're looking for, and what that support looks like. And then we can actively suggest either a resume writing workshop, or we can actively draft and do the resume rewrite for you as a job seeker. Something else that we can do, and I have done for clients in the past who are seeking new job opportunities, is I'll curate a list of job ads that are open and available. When I give you a list of jobs that are available that could be a good fit for you based off of your background, one, it's usually after a consultation call, so I can get an understanding of what you have done and what your resume actually is. And then one of the conversations that comes up in those chats is specifically around comp, right? I want to make sure that you understand how much you are worth, and how to have those conversations clearly and confidently when you're in an interview, when someone asks you what your salary expectations are, how to appropriately respond to that question. So we do interview training. We actively will set you up for success. We'll make sure your resume looks great. And we'll also curate job advertisements for you. It is important to know that any job advertisement that we curate for you is not one with the business we are actively working for, right? We want to make sure that if there's an opportunity with the business that we're working for, we're not going to give you a list and require you to pay for that, right? We want, if you're available and looking for a new opportunity and you're a good fit, we are happy to interview you for the position because you're looking, right? But if there are other companies in the network or other companies in my network or online who are actively looking for people or candidates who fit your background, I want you to know about that. So we actively share that information with you through spreadsheet. You can use it, lose it. You can apply, not apply, whatever makes you happy. But it helps to be able to see the compensation of the jobs that you are applying for and what you're actually worth, maybe even in comparison to what you may be making today, right? So it's really to make you feel empowered in having those conversations with the recruiters and to feel confident in your interviews and also to feel confident in your ability to say no as you're interviewing with companies. Because if we're doing our jobs right, if we're setting you up for success, if we're helping you out with interview training, then we're going to make sure that there are going to be more than one company who's interested in you and your background and can be there as a partner for you if you're asking questions or have questions about how to respond to an email or essentially whatever works. We're going to be your best friend, right? Like we're going to be attached at the hip throughout your job readiness or your job search to make sure that you're fully sound and secure and settled in whatever comes next. So the business is kind of split into those two areas. It's really about empowering individuals. I think for me, it's also really important for my business clients and the corporate or the candidate clients that I'm working with to feel confident and to feel heard and seen, whether it's with the companies that they're applying for or with the people within their team or the people that they're actively hiring. I want people to feel that they are able to trust the process on both sides, right? So we do a lot of work. We're readily available. If you get the opportunity to work with me, I'm very hands-on. I give you my cell phone number. I tell you, you can text me, whatever works for you. But it's just very important for you to know that we have your back, right? Whatever side of the business we're working with you on, we have your back. One of the other unfortunate sides of what we can and have worked on the client and corporate side is including layoffs. So we run you as a company through your layoff process. We hold your hand throughout the entire process for layoffs. And anytime we work with the company for layoffs, it is imperative for me that we are treating every employee who is departing the company with the same level of respect and empathy that we treated them with when they joined the company, right? So that means that we are in the background creating consistent experiences, benefits, offerings for individuals who are being laid off. Like, what does a severance package look like? How should we measure the severance package for each employee so that it's fair, right? Then we also will partner with you, your benefits provider, your COBRA provider and your former employee on the COBRA process, right? To make sure that they're getting their needs met, that their benefits are covered, that they don't have any issues going to the doctor if they need to, right? We want to make sure that they're fully covered from beginning to end so they don't have to have any worries about what their life is going to look like as they move into a period of unemployment. So essentially, we just partner with companies and with the employee to kind of help on the job search side, but also to help on the corporate side to create positive experiences for all internal employees and for prospective employees as well, including employer branding and making sure that you have the right footprint in the marketplace as people are applying to your jobs and for your company. So in that regard, one of the things that we do is we actively want to make sure that your workplace culture is a positive one. So that way we're able to work with other companies in the market to make sure that your team your team feels fulfilled. And as a result of working with me, something that I do really try hard to do with companies that have really good workplace culture and don't need the help before the celebration, for those companies, we will actively work to try to get you on the Cranes, the Built in NYC, best places to work lists. It's important for us to be advertising the positives of your business, including that you are a company that values diversity and you hire diversely. And when it comes to hiring diversely, it's not just hiring Black and brown people and that's it, but it's really creating cultures that internally within your business that make those people feel empowered to do their best work and be their best selves. So that's a little bit about what the business does. On the side, I also get the opportunity to really partner closely with other HR leaders and network and kind of have open conversations about some of the major topics that are going on in the space, and how other companies in connection with those talks get the chance to have a new vision or a new lens on the way that they can be working with their employees to create better cultures, right? Workplace culture right now is on fire. It's a conversation that people are thinking about, whether they are the employee or they're a strategic leader. They're concerned about culture, right? There's a lot happening in the world. In addition to there being a lot happening in the world, there's a lot happening with people who are looking for new jobs. They've either come from bad cultures or looking for good cultures. They may find themselves in a situation where they want to make sure that wherever they're going is going to be a positive place for them to go. And in addition to that, they're also kind of wanting to make sure that they can trust the company that they're looking to go to. With so many companies today needing to actively lay off team members, it just feels like an unsteady environment. So really working with you to reestablish trust with your employees, within your candidate base, to make sure people feel valued and seen and heard while they're working for your organization, is kind of how we work with you as a business and we collaborate together. And then on the opposite side, again, we do offer those those resume writing workshops to teach people to write their own resumes, to celebrate themselves, to know how to speak about themselves in a resume and publicly. So that way, when they move forward, they're in a good shape to be able to do this and kind of rinse and repeat as they're growing within their career and within some of the spaces that they're looking to step into. So that's a little bit about how we work. We are actively seeking clients at all times. There is no delay or gap in when we're looking for new opportunities to work with companies and with individuals who are looking for resume support and interview training. And you can always feel free to reach out to me directly on LinkedIn as well if you're actively having questions. Something I do also offer is like resume reviews. So if you don't want me to do the resume for yourself, you feel confident in your ability to write your resume, but you're looking for an HR leader to look at your resume to see if it's good. We also do offer those, and actively will review your resume, and I dissect resumes with a red pen, so or a pink pen because my favorite color is pink. So it's not uncommon for me to run in and kind of give you a ton of recommendations on changes that you can actively be making on your individual resume, so that way you get the opportunity to take that resume back and go fix it yourself, knowing and kind of having an understanding of what people who are in an HR position or a recruiting position are actively looking for. And then if any job referrals I see in the network are aligned with your background, again, I'm always 1000% happy to reach out to you or keep you top of mind to really consider you for any opportunities that I hear about. Or if I'm working on them, I actively will consider you. If I hear about it, and if a friend in the network or a previous colleague is looking for someone and you're a really good fit for that, I'm more than happy to circle back and have the two of you connect, because I want to see opportunities for people who look like me to be successful and to really be making the money that they're worth. So that's a little bit about what I do at Miracle Recruiting and what my team does. We are based in Philadelphia today, but are active to work out of any country, any state in the United States. So if you are anywhere in the country actively looking for support for recruiting or for the candidate experience, please feel free to just give us a reach out or a shout. And then also coming up sometime next month, towards the end of next month, we're also going to be speaking at a panel discussion to talk a little bit more about culture, right? Company culture and its importance, and how companies can actively be supporting their cultures to make sure people are thriving and they are and if there are elements that need to be changed about their culture, what those elements are, so that way their employees feel good about working and continuing to work for that particular company. So that's us at Miracle Recruiting. You can always find me or me on LinkedIn at Marak Hicks. My name is Marak. And then you can always find us online at www.miraclerecruiting.com, or you can email me directly at marak@miraclerecruiting.com. If you have any questions or think of anything else, you can definitely reach out to me there. There's a form on the About page, so you can just pop in and shoot me a question through the form, and it comes to me via email. Again, just a quick run through. My name is Marak Hicks and my business is Miracle Recruiting. And at Miracle Recruiting, we actively support two different types of clients. One of those clients is a company or a corporation or a business with all aspects of people operations and HR, from payroll to anything else you can possibly think of that touches people or has an active hand in the experience of your employees or the business. That also includes HR strategy and operational strategy and operational effectiveness, making sure your team is showing up and bringing their best selves. And we also have a very, very big hand in establishing and developing diversity, equity, and inclusion programming for your business. And then as a candidate, if we take you on as a candidate client, one of the things that we will actively do is support you in your job search and your job journey. Part of that being empowering you by having you enroll in one of our resume writing workshops. So you have the opportunity to learn how to build a resume in a way that really resonates with recruiters at the jobs that you're applying for. All of our resumes that we recommend in terms of formats and templates are ATS formats and ready. So you won't need to go back and retype in the information that's on your resume in the boxes on your applications. And then separate from that, if you actively want us to take on this project of writing your resume and redrafting your resume and your cover letter or your curriculum vitae, we can take that on for you as well. And as a part of that opportunity, both packages, we do curated job listings and job postings for companies that are actively hiring in this space that really could benefit from seeing your application. So be it companies within the network or companies that we're seeing outside of our network that are actively hiring, we will recommend the job opportunity to you. Again, those job recs that we do recommend to you are not active clients that we are working for on the corporate side. We're just curating the information for you based off of what we're seeing in the market and providing them as suggestions for you to do what you please with. So that's a little bit about us. I really, really thank you for all of your time and for getting the opportunity to hop in and just give you an opportunity to tell you a little bit more about my business. I also really appreciate the comments. I saw a couple of them pop up. So thank you. I really do appreciate that. Again, you can find me, my business at LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn as Marak Hicks, or you can actively go to miraclerecruiting.com. Again, that's www.miraclerecruiting.com. And now, as we are 5 minutes to, I'm going to shift back into my moderation responsibilities and to tell you a little bit more about the Black Business Expo and the Black Business Olympics. So the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college, or for K through 12 entrepreneurs. The expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen below or $BBXUSA.com. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students looking to register can do so online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We also want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for August of 2023. Those sponsors are NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Reach Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Mullane Shania Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA, Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
I was born in a little village on the island of Haiti. Many deadly diseases pounded me. It is as if they were on a mission to end my existence on this earth. I refused to give up. In 1983, I left Haiti and came to the United States of America. And I came with $5, 2 shirts. I didn't speak any English. I came to Atlanta. I got a job. I was a doorman. I was a doorman with a dream. What I used to do, I used to come on stage. I'd rehearse this moment that I'm standing in front of you. That's the power of a dream. Maybe today is the day you begin acting as if you already have it. And then step out with full force. Take a risk. No condition is permanent. Don't let your situation distract you. You are chosen. You are called. You are born for a purpose in this life.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Rhonda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
Why do I do what I do? You know, my life coach asked me that a few years ago. And
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because...
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11, I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this, because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. And everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta, and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Trousseau is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaugh, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaugh explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Trousseau, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captions. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta, and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Marak Hicks, and I am the founder and CEO of Miracle Recruiting. I'm also your moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Up next, our next speaker is Javon Martin. And Javon will be featuring a podcast. A podcast and a fireside chat. Javon Martin is a media enthusiast with an impressive track record in the entertainment industry. He was born and raised in Roseland, a neighborhood in the south side of Chicago. Javon is a graduate of Thornbridge High School, where he honed his media skills in the communications department. He was fortunate to have been mentored by Lee Talley, who allowed him to gain hands-on experience in creating, producing, and directing the TV series On the Ridge. Growing up in a family of faith, Javon attended church 6 days a week, which strengthened his faith and inspired his passion for faith-based entertainment. He pursued this passion by earning a bachelor's degree in university studies with an emphasis in mass communications and political studies from Illinois State University. He then made Central Illinois his home for 10 years, where he continued to develop his skills in media arts. Javon has created, produced, hosted several events, including the Sunday morning praise radio host, Expressions of Praise open mic, EXP TV, International Independent Artist Showcase podcast and tour, relationship hosts, Hotspot podcast, and the Javon Show on Facebook Live. And it's a Facebook Live series and a podcast. He is highly sought after.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
Alrighty, and I would like to introduce you to Javon Martin.
Hello, Ms. Hicks. How are you?
I'm lovely. How are you?
I am lovely as well. Thank you for asking. What a lovely 100-degree day here in Texas.
Yes. Yeah, I understand it is 90-something degrees here in Philadelphia. So I get it. I completely understand.
We call that a cold front here in Texas. At 93 degrees. So I hope you're enjoying it.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it to you to speak. Genius is common. I'll see you on the other side.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Ms. Hicks. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A special thank you to Dr. Kelly, to Ms. Hicks, Dr. T.L. Holmes, my mentor, and to all of you distinguished guests. All of my fellow media enthusiasts, it is truly an honor to sit here and talk with you and delve into the captivating realm of amplifying businesses through the creative synergy of social media platforms. My name is Javon Martin. I am usually in all of your YouTube, TikTok, MySpace, AOL Messenger, all of your platforms under Javon Show. And you're wondering, how do you spell Javon Show? Well, guess what? We put it at the bottom of this page just so you'll have it handy and as a reference. Feel free to, on whatever social media platform you use, go ahead and follow me at Javon Show, JEVAUGHN Show. And I do that specifically because why else would I come on Dr. Kelly's platform, this universal, world-renowned platform, talking about social media and not mention my social media? So there we go. Javon Show, at Javon Show, everywhere where you can go. You follow me, I'll follow you back. I am deeply passionate about the power of storytelling, entertainment, and the immense potential that lies within the digital landscape. Born and raised, as she told you, on the vibrant neighborhood of Roseland on Chicago's South Side, my journey into the world of media was ignited during my time at Thornridge High School, which was a South Side suburban high school. Here I had the privilege of honing my media skills within the communications department under the mentorship of Dr. Lee Talley. It was when I walked into the high school and I knew about 4 people, and I knew that I did not want to play a sport except for baseball. I mean, I was great at baseball, but I'm 6'4". I was 6'4" my freshman year in high school, and I did not want to play basketball. So I said, what am I going to do? What interest do I really have besides talking? That's when Dr. Talley said, Javon, I've got something I would love for you to come and do. It was during those formative years that I learned and got experience hands-on for creating, producing, and directing. And I even started my freshman year in high school, a TV show called On the Ridge. It was an experience that set me on a path of passion and purpose. How do I know it was passion? How do I know it was purpose? Because me, my mother, and my best friend, and Mr. Talley were probably the only people that watched On the Ridge. It was not a highly rated Chicago show. You know, it was ER, there was Doogie Howser, and then way underneath that list, was On the Ridge. But I did it because I had a passion for it, and I wanted to be able to use my voice and amplify it well. I'm steeped in a rich tradition of faith. I found myself immersed in a world of entertainment with a unique perspective. My commitment to faith-based entertainment was further galvanized as I pursued my BA degree in university studies with a focus on mass communication and political studies at Illinois State University. In Central Illinois, it became my home for 10 years, during which I refined my skills in the dynamic realm of media arts. Over the years, I've had the privilege of creating, producing, and hosting a myriad of events that have not only engaged audiences, but also elevated the voices of the underserved communities. From the Sunday morning praise radio show on WXRJ to the EXP TV platform, the International Independent Artist Showcase podcast, and a tour that I put with that, the Relationship Hotspot, another podcast, the Engaging Javon Show, hosted by yours truly, Javon, because, you know, you got to put your name on stuff. And I've done all of this on various social media platforms. My journey has been defined by a commitment to amplifying voices that deserve to be heard. As the president of iDream Media LLC and the author of the book, Launch Your Voice, A Guide to Achieving Your Dreams, I've dedicated my life to enabling others to reach their fullest potential. My expertise spans from podcast production, hosting, management, to communication training, consultations, and event production. These endeavors are not just professional pursuits, they are a testament to my unwavering belief in the transformational power of media. Today, as we delve into the realm of leveraging podcasts and TikTok to amplify businesses, I bring to you not only my extensive experience, but also my unyielding commitment to be authentic in storytelling that connects, challenges, and empowers. The digital age offers us an unparalleled canvas to create, inspire, and to achieve. I invite you to journey with me through this exploration, where we will uncover the intricate art of creative social media synergy and its profound impact on business growth. Together, we will unlock the potential of podcasting and TikTok to forge a path towards success, authenticity, and meaningful connections in our ever-evolving digital landscape. Thank you for entrusting me with your time and attention. Again, thank you, Dr. Kelly. Thank you, Dr. Holmes, for letting me be part of this. Let's embark on this enlightening journey together. I want to start with understanding the social media landscape. Now that we've established the foundation of my journey and expertise, let's delve into the captivating landscape of social media. Today's digital world offers an interconnected network of platforms, each with its own unique appeal and potential to catapult businesses to new heights. Podcasting is a gateway to connection. I'll say it again. Podcasting is a gateway to connection. Podcasts have revolutionized the way we consume content, offering a medium that fosters intimate connections with audiences. These audio journeys allow us to step into the shoes of storytellers, experts, and visionaries, sharing insights and narratives that resonate deeply. As a podcasting enthusiast, I've witnessed firsthand how the platform creates a bridge between content creators and their listeners, building trust and fostering authentic engagement. Let me ask you a question. When you look to spend your money, when you go to a business, do you go to a business knowing that they are untrustworthy? Do you go to a business hoping and wishing that they're going to do what they say that they're going to do, that they know what they say they know? Could you imagine if you discover a new business, you're able to go online, you're able to hear the owner of that business talking at an intelligent, high level about the business that they're in, and to then build within you a trust that you would have never had unless you actually heard them communicate their ideas and their expertise regarding the topic. That's what podcasting has the power to do for you, business owner, for you, small business owner, for you, large business owner, for you, entrepreneur, but also for you, the philanthropist, for you with philanthropic desires. Do you have a nonprofit? Can you imagine the amount of revenue, the amount of donations, sponsorships, advertising you can receive by having a podcast and being able to speak on your topic fluently? That's the power of podcasting. And we're going to get back to that in a moment. But I'm asking you to consider podcasting with TikTok. Javon, why? Why should I consider doing a TikTok as a form of podcasting? Why should I consider podcasting on TikTok? I'm glad you asked. That's what I'm going to tell you. The TikTok platform has taken the world by storm with its dynamic short videos. Originating as a hub for entertainment and creativity, TikTok's popularity has transcended expectations, drawing in users from all walks of life. Its potential for virality and trend setting is unparalleled, making it a playground for businesses like yours to showcase their products, services, and brand personalities in fresh and engaging ways. Let's understand user behavior for a moment. To harness the power of these platforms, it's essential to understand the nuances of user behavior. Podcast listeners, for instance, are often seeking meaningful, long-form content that they can engage with during commutes, workouts, or downtime. TikTok users, on the other hand, thrive on bite-sized, visually captivating content that instantly grabs their attention in a fast-scrolling world. So why, Javon, would I want to merge my intellect and my knowledge onto a platform with an attention span of, hold on, I'm going to tell you. Let's talk about the demographic and the reach. Beyond behavior, understanding demographics is key. Podcasts, with their wide range of genres, can reach a diverse audience, from busy professionals seeking education to enthusiasts delving into niche topics. TikTok users, their base is predominantly youth, making it an ideal arena to connect with the next generation of consumers. The combination of these platforms presents an opportunity to weave a multi-generational narrative that resonates with diverse segments of society. Why would you not want to make sure that both those who are a little bit younger and a little bit older know about your product. In a world of social media, it's crucial to recognize that the landscape is ever evolving. Platforms rise and platforms fall. Trends, they come and trends, they go. But the power of genuine connection remains constant. As we journey through the rest of this discourse, keep in mind that our understanding of the social media landscape is pivotal in crafting a strategy that aligns with the needs and the preferences of our target audience. Now, in this next segment, we're going to delve into the heart of this discussion, the power of podcast as a tool for business amplification. We'll uncover the transformative potential of establishing authority, building connections, and creating content that resonates on a personal level. All right, buckle up, sit tight. Wherever you're listening, grab some popcorn. I know you're saying, Javon, I've been listening for the last 2 hours this evening. I've been listening for 8 hours this evening. I've been listening for the last 12 hours. Go grab you a drink. Go grab you a bull. And let's dive into this thing together. Let's buckle up. And let's venture deeper into the world of media synergy and its impact on business growth. You ready? Let's go. I know you're ready. You're saying, Javon, I've been ready. I've been waiting 15 minutes for you to say something. I'm about to say it. Here we go. The power of podcasts for business. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we have a solid grasp of the social media landscape, let's dive into the profound impact that podcasts can have on businesses. Podcasts are not just the means of broadcasting information. They are a powerful tool that can establish authority, foster genuine audience connections, and propel your brand to the forefront of your industry. Let's talk about establishing authority. In an age where information is readily available, establishing authority is paramount. Podcasts provide a unique platform for thought leadership, allowing you to share your expertise, insights, and perspectives in an intimate, conversational manner. The spoken word holds a certain weight that written content might not convey as effectively. By positioning yourself as a trusted source of knowledge, you not only enhance your brand's credibility, but also attract a loyal audience hungry for valuable insight. Building authentic connections. Podcasts have the remarkable ability to create a sense of intimacy between you, the host, and your listeners. When your audience tunes into your podcast, they're inviting you into their personal space, whether it's during their daily commute to work or back home, during their workout or their leisure time. This engagement builds an emotional connection that text-based content might struggle to replicate. By sharing stories, experiences, and conversations, you're cultivating a relationship that goes beyond transactions, fostering brand loyalty and advocacy. But then you're saying, Javon, fine, I get it. There's a benefit in having podcasts. How do I start a podcast? Can I give you the easy answer? I wrote this whole thing, and I'm going to read it to you. But there's this easy way to start a podcast. Open up your mouth and start talking. That really sums up my 40-minute presentation. Open up your mouth and say something. There's a short form version of it that says, open mouth, say things. That's what I normally do when I'm podcasting. I open up my mouth, and luckily, I kind of have an idea of the different things that I know. You know what I mean? The way that you have an idea of the things that you know. Open up your mouth and talk about those things that you know, especially when it's your business. When it's your business, there's nothing nobody can tell you about anything when it comes to your business. Am I right about it? I believe that if you have a business, that, and I'm hoping that this is you, that you opened up that business because you had a passion for that business. I opened up a podcasting business. My business, I Dream Media Network, the iDream Media podcasting, the iDream Media entertainment, all of those businesses have to do with things that I love, things that I know, things that I could turn on a camera and start talking about, things that I can turn on a microphone and speak intelligently about. They're my experiences. It's my life, it's my livelihood. And I'm just selfish enough to want to share it. I want you to think about what I just said on that. So now let me give you the broad way, the long form way. How do you start a podcast? Starting a podcast might seem like a daunting task, but it's within your reach. The journey begins with identifying your niche and your target audience. Once you've honed in on your message, it's time to gather the necessary equipment, such as microphones and recording software. You do that to ensure high quality production. When you first get started, might I recommend picking up your phone. And all phones have a voice little program inside of it, right? Open up your mouth and say something into your phone. Record it. There, you would have recorded your first podcast. You have your microphone, which is your phone. You have your recording software, which is in your phone. It's that easy. It doesn't have to be video. We're on video right now. You don't have to be in video. Listen, can we be honest? I have a face perfect for radio. But I'm still comfortable being in front of the camera. And I thank you for watching me tonight. So we talked about microphones, recording software to ensure high quality production. Crafting engaging content, scripting or outlining episodes, and inviting guests for diverse perspectives are crucial steps to keep your podcast fresh and captivating. Yes, you can just do you on a podcast. You can turn on the phone, record you speaking for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. But sometimes the guests want to hear you have a conversation and hear differing thoughts and opinions and hear someone maybe, how about this one, amplify what it is that you have to say, to co-sign, if you will. Podcast make for great opportunities for people for your message to be co-signed. Consider that. Emphasizing consistency and quality. Consistency is the heartbeat of any successful podcast. Whether you choose a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly schedule, sticking to it is key to building anticipation and retaining your audience. Quality, too, must never be compromised. Audio clarity, engaging storytelling, and a well-structured format are essential elements that define your podcast's professionalism and appeal. How about this? Your podcast is a commercial for your business's success. Allow me to share some illuminating examples of businesses that have harnessed the power of podcasts to elevate their brand. Companies across various industries have used podcasts to share behind-the-scenes stories, expert interviews, and deep dives into industry trends. What were the results? Increased engagement, elevated brand perception, and even a boost in lead generation. As we embrace the world of podcasting for business, remember that this medium thrives on authenticity. By embracing your unique voice, sharing your journey, and providing valuable insights, you're setting the stage for not just business growth, but also for cultivating a community that stands by your side. Now, I'm going to talk about the high energy realm of TikTok, exploring its explosive rise and its potential as a canvas for creativity and brand visibility. So let's uncover how TikTok can revolutionize the way businesses interact with audiences and propel their presence to new heights. I want to talk about leveraging TikTok for business. We're going to continue on this journey through the world of creative social media synergy, and we're now arriving at a phenomenon that has taken the digital world by storm: TikTok. A platform characterized by its dynamic short-form videos, TikTok's meteoric rise presents businesses with an exciting opportunity to engage audiences in new and compelling ways. TikTok has rewritten the rules of social media with this rapid and unprecedented growth. From dance challenges to lip syncing, the platform's diverse content ecosystem resonates with a vast user base. With billions of downloads and an immense global reach, TikTok has emerged as an avenue that businesses simply cannot afford to ignore. At its core, TikTok is a treasure trove of creativity waiting to be tapped. The platform's features, including short videos, trends, and challenges, encourage users to experiment, innovate, and share their authentic selves. The virality of content on TikTok means that even small businesses can gain significant exposure if they craft content that captures the imagination of users. How do you craft engaging content for TikTok? One of the keys to success on TikTok is creating content that seamlessly aligns with your brand while resonating with the platform's vibrant culture. This requires creativity and adaptability. Understanding the nuances of trending challenges and molding them to fit your business identity will gain you rewards. Again, you will get rewarded for being authentic and relatable. TikTok thrives on user-generated content. It's the beating heart of the platform. Encouraging your audience to participate in challenges, share their experiences, or create content related to your products or services can lead to a surge in engagement and brand visibility. When users become advocates and creators, your brand becomes part of their story. Allow me to share some inspiring success stories that showcase the transformative power of TikTok. Brands that have embraced TikTok's unique vibe and harnessed its engagement potential have seen remarkable growth. From the sharing of relatable stories to creative product demonstrations, TikTok has allowed businesses to connect with their audiences in unexpected ways. Coca-Cola and Pepsi have found creative ways to go into TikTok. There are, oh my goodness, Red Bull. And in fact, I knew about strawberry apricot Red Bull because of TikTok. There are businesses such as Amazon that is using the platform to uniquely connect with their audiences. This microphone that I'm using right now was from a business that I saw on TikTok. The lights that I have in the background that is shining this beautiful light on me and showing you all of the sweat that I have to give was purchased because of a TikTok that I saw. I have a client, so I manage some artists and I produce content for some artists. I have a client who was struggling in the music space. And this client decided to go on TikTok and start making challenges and start responding to some of the challenges on TikTok. He went from having 600 followers when he went to bed one night to having over 200,000 because a video that he made where he attached himself to someone else's song went viral. The song went huge. He went huge. Now he walks through his small town and everybody knows his name. He had an event this past weekend and the whole town came out to support him because they saw him on TikTok. I have had this young man on my show before. When he was on my show at one point when we were first starting out, we had, a few viewers here and there. After being on my show, on my podcast, on TikTok, my followers grew by 500%. because I had this influential artist who TikTok knew, who then came and watched him on my platform, watched me interview him, and now all of a sudden my videos on YouTube have risen. My viewership on Instagram has risen. My viewership on Roku has risen. I've gotten more calls, more people coming to me because they want me to interview them now. Because I used my podcast and I put it on a platform called TikTok. And I used an influencer from TikTok. And I used it in an authentic and reliable way that was able to then bring me higher levels of attraction. As we dive into the world of TikTok for business, remember that this platform thrives on innovation and authenticity. So I got to keep telling you that. By embracing its unique features and understanding its user dynamics, you have the chance to showcase your brand in exciting and interactive and shareable ways. I would like to bring and bridge the gap a little bit more between the two dynamics, exploring the synergy that arises from combining podcast and TikTok. We'll delve into the strategies for maximizing their collective potential and leveraging their strengths to create a cohesive brand narrative. So let's uncover the art of creative social media synergy that can amplify your business like never before. So now let's arrive at this pivotal point where the worlds of podcast and TikTok converge. This convergence isn't just a coincidence. It's a strategic move that can propel your brand to unprecedented heights. Now, we're going to start by defining what we mean by creative social media synergy. It's the art of seamlessly integrating the strengths of different platforms to create a cohesive, multidimensional brand narrative. It's about harnessing the distinct qualities of each medium to amplify your message and engage your audience on various levels. Creative social media synergy isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a game changer for brand growth. The collective impact of podcasts and TikTok can create a ripple effect that extends beyond the boundaries of individual platforms. By utilizing both mediums, you're providing your audience with a comprehensive experience that feeds their curiosity, entertains their senses, and nurtures their relationship with your brand. One of the most effective strategies in this synergy is the art of repurposing content. Your podcast, those episodes can serve as a treasure trove of material for TikTok, whether it's sound bites, insights, or anecdotes. By repackaging your podcast content into bite-sized, visually engaging TikToks, you're inviting your audience to dive deeper into your world. While each platform has its unique voice, maintaining consistent brand messaging across them is paramount. Your brand's core values, mission, and personality should shine through consistently, regardless of whether your audience is listening to your podcast or engaging with your TikTok videos. This coherence reinforces your brand's identity and fosters trust among your audience. In essence, creative social media synergy is about playing to the strengths of each platform while creating a harmonious narrative that resonates with your audience on multiple levels. It's the strategic dance that transforms casual listeners into devoted advocates and fleeting viewers into engaged fans. In this final segment of this dissertation that I've been presenting to you all, we'll explore the tools and techniques that can empower you to embark on this journey of synergy with confidence. We'll discuss the tools that streamline content creation, the analytics that measures effectiveness, and the importance of staying attuned to the ever-evolving trends of the social media landscape. So here we go. Let's do it. Tools and techniques for success. I love this part. In this section, we'll explore the practical strategies that enable us to harness the full potential of podcasts and TikTok for our businesses. This was my favorite segment to write, so I hope you guys enjoy this. The process of crafting compelling content can be made more efficient and effective with the right tools. For podcast, platforms like Odyssey, which we can now go with Spotify for podcasters, or Adobe Audition, offer professional grade audio editing capabilities. When it comes to TikTok, apps like InShot and CapCut allow you to create visually captivating videos that align with your brand's aesthetics. Additionally, consider utilizing content scheduling tools like Buffer or Hootsuite to maintain a consistent posting schedule across platforms. And I know that Facebook has their new scheduling platform. Utilize the scheduling platform. Whatever you use, utilize the scheduling platform. You don't want to every day wake up and say, okay, now it's 8:50 and I got to have this thing posted by 9 o'clock. If you make your content, you cut up what you want to cut up using the CapCut or InShot or My Studio, you can then go on, schedule it for the week. And now you're done for the week. You can go in on Saturday, schedule Sunday through the following Saturday. And now the next thing you're doing is just creating more content. But what you've already created is scheduled and ready to go out. Utilize that scheduling tool. Ms. Hicks, am I done?
Yes, you are, but I sincerely appreciate you. If you want to throw something in there, you can. You got
I'm going
another
to throw
minute.
this last thing in.
Okay.
So my last thing to say is this. Thank you, Ms. Hicks. Thank you, Dr. Kelly. Thank you, Dr. Holmes, for this opportunity. If you want more information on how you can utilize TikTok and your podcast, or if you want to know more about podcasting, you can see me at Javon Show on all social media platforms and www.icandreamnow.com. Thank you, Ms. Hicks. I really do appreciate this, and I appreciate what you're doing today.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for joining and for giving your expertise. You have a good evening.
You as well.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or for K through 12 entrepreneurs. The Expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpo.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App that's on the screen below, $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online if they're interested at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We also want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for August 2023. Those are NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Reach Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Mullane Shania Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Genius is common, and my genius is nutritional strategy. I am Shawnee Smith, the owner and creator of Can Do Spice. Can Do Spice was created because I knew that adding herbal and mineral supplements to my diet did not have to be boring. In fact, because I'm a food enthusiast, I knew I could create something flavorful and explosive that also had the benefit of adding herbal supplements such as sea moss, bladderwrack, burdock root, and Black seed, just to name a few. I invite you to take this journey with me where we come together and take control of our nutritional health. It is my way of sharing my genius, the gift of flavor and the healing power of herbs to the world. What is your genius?
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics,
Unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
Did you know that our black dollar only lasts for 6 hours in our community? Yet other communities, their dollars last for 19 to 30 days.
The Black Wall Street Nation. Black Wall Street Nation. Yes, that's why we created the Black Wall Street Nation. Black Wall Street Nation is a centralized directory available to all black businesses across the world. It was created for businesses like you, the ones that want to start and the ones who have a dream that have already started, such as businesses like Drop in a Bucket Productions, Valito Foods, Sugar Tea Branding Firm, All the Dazzle, Bun Cakeaholic, Miss Riot, and you. We'll have marketing, seminars, and some funding coming soon just for you. So, we want you to come and join us. www.blackwallstreetnation.com. See you there.
Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
In the heart of America, there are dreams waiting to be realized. Dreams of owning a home, creating a haven for families, and building a future. Yet, there are 13 million mortgage-ready home buyers and nearly 20 million renter households who have the credit and income to qualify for a mortgage, but remain left out of the home buying process. These potential home buyers are in urban and rural America, where dreams should flourish. The big banks, the giants of finance, have all exited the mortgage lending business, decreasing their lending footprints across America. They are no longer present and active in these communities. Instead of offering opportunities for home ownership, some of these banks have chosen a different path. They have decided to become mega landlords. They have chosen to invest billions of dollars in rental homes, leaving potential home buyers with fewer options and stuck in a cycle of renting without the chance to build equity and create a legacy for their families. Here is the shocking truth. A report issued by the Home Ownership Council of America revealed that if lenders were to step forward and serve this underserved market, they could conservatively increase their loan volume by $1.5 trillion. $1.5 trillion. This is $1 trillion business opportunity, ripe for the taking. That's why I Have a Dream Home is here. We support the American dream of home ownership in urban and rural America. We believe in the power of social consciousness and the impact it can have on people's lives. Investing in urban and rural America is not just good business sense. It's a moral imperative. Our mission is clear. Become the go-to mortgage lender in these communities. Create a pathway to home ownership for all Americans, breaking the cycle of poverty by empowering families to build wealth, stabilizing our communities, and taking pride in our country. I Have a Dream Home. Unlocking dreams, transforming communities, and rewriting the story of American home ownership. For more information, scan the QR code or visit our website at www.ihaveadreamhome.gold.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here. And Princess Nia is based off of my daughter. And she is what she wants to be, the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Marak Hicks, CEO and founder of Miracle Recruiting. I am your business moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Up next, we have our speaker, Reverend Dwayne A. Quamina. Reverend Dwayne A. Quamina is a practitioner and student of the 1960s nonviolence movement. He worked under the tutelage of his adopted father, the late Reverend James Luther Bevel, who was director of direct action and nonviolent education for SCLC under the leadership of the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Reverend Quamina is an innovative business professional with over 35 plus years of experience. He's a self-motivated team builder with exceptional leadership, organizational, interpersonal, analytical, oral, written, and problem-solving skills. I present to you Reverend Q. Hi, Reverend Q. How are you? Oh, Reverend Q, I think your mic might be on mute.
There you go.
There we are. How are you? How's it going?
I'm doing good, Ms. Hicks. How are you this evening?
I'm doing all right. Thanks so much for chatting.
Great. Thank you for the introduction.
Of course. I'll pass it to you. Genius is coming. I'll see you on the other side.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Again, Reverend Dwayne Quamina. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Eric Kelly for his invitation and hosting the Black Business Network and giving Black people in business and people who are aspiring to do great things the opportunity to share their message. I am the president and CEO of I Have a Dream Home. Our business and motto is very simple. We saw an opportunity to enter into a marketplace where there were 13 million mortgage-ready home buyers in urban America, primarily Black Americans who couldn't get mortgages. And so we decided to build a platform by which to address the discrimination and provide opportunities to that community to own a home. And our struggle to do so, we ran into some opposition, and we decided we had to build a platform that we could deliver this capital to the community that was being underserved. And that's where I Have a Dream Home came from. It came from the idea of wanting to serve people, want to provide and open up capital markets so that they could achieve their vision of home ownership, which is a pillar in the generational wealth building platform. We look at like about four, this more, but we look at about 4 or 5 pillars to building generational wealth. And one of them is owning your home. The other one is having a business and developing that business to its natural conclusion. The other ones are investing in startup companies or into the stock market. And the other ones is, to work for a living and get education and have a career which pays very well, where you can accumulate wealth and then enter into those other 3 platforms, meaning own your home, invest in a business, and to invest in upstart businesses to help others or into the stock market. And in the new diaspora into this cryptocurrency world of investing, which is a whole nother animal all into itself. So in terms of our company and I Have a Dream Home, in our vision and our mission, we built what we call a proprietary mortgage lending platform. And that's how we can deliver opportunities and capital to a particular subset within this United States of America called Urban and Rural America, and build it on a platform to take and minimize some of the risk in the marketplace, then bring in investor types and deliver that capital. That has been a journey in its own right. But at the same time, we know that we established the proper platform. We put the proper professional protocols in place. We partner with the right organizations, so our structure is very sound. In order to get to a particular junction to deliver capital, you have to acquire the capital from sources. You can raise your own capital. You can go to the capital markets with a solid plan and fight for your right for inclusion, because you're bringing others along in forms of warehouse lines of credit, etc. You can leverage dollars by raising a certain amount of capital and then leverage that in the leverage fields that are within the financial institutions to have enough capital to make a difference and begin that journey. So I Have a Dream Home. That's our mission. And we're out there, we're at the plate every day, using a sports metaphor. We're at bat and we're swinging every day to hit the ball over the fence to make sure that we can be successful and deliver in the long term to our community at large. So that's the basis of I Have a Dream Home. So I'm going to transition just a little bit. And if you want to go and you want to see, information on I Have a Dream Home, you would just simply go to our website, www.ihaveadreamhome.gold, Gold. Now we are looking in our structure to build 2 of the pillars of the platforms that we talked about, the generational wealth building platform. One pillar is the home ownership pillar of generational wealth building, so folks can own their home and that they could pay down the mortgage over time. As the mortgage gets paid down and the equity goes up, it creates what is called equity, and that equity becomes of value to the homeowner. That could be, refinanced, cashed out, and create some wealth to open a business. It could be transferred to the children, where the children can have an upstart in life, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a pillar, owning your own home and creating that equity gap that you can later cash out with and pass that wealth on to others, or take it and use it for yourself. So that's a generational wealth building component. And that's why it's very important that we address the situation of 13 million mortgage-ready home buyers in the United States, primarily in urban America, that can't get a mortgage. So as they're paying every month and the mortgage is going down and the value of the property is increasing and creating that equity gap, they're doing it for landlords, other people, and not themselves. So they're creating equity because they're living somewhere, they're paying rent, but they're creating equity and generational wealth for other folks instead of their own family and own community. So that's something that has to change, and it can only change if the capital markets are amenable to lend capital to this underserved population, which they're not at the time, which is why we created I Have a Dream Home. So in that regard, we also created another pillar of generational wealth balance. We have home here. Now we have an investment component. What's the investment component? So banks, mortgage lending institutions, folks who lend money, whether it be for a car or a business or for the home that we're talking about. The folks who lend the money, they make interest on that money, and that interest is in the form of cash payment, monetary gains, which is equivalent to profits. So whoever does the lending, the money makes a profit to the person who is lending, who is the investor into the home, the investor, the lender, they're investing into that particular family who's paying that mortgage off, et cetera, et cetera. Well, in our business model, what we created an investment pool, and we wanted that investment pool to be folks from the community who generally don't become the lender per se or be a part of the lending structure. They can buy the home and they can pay the mortgage down and they could accumulate the equity, even though there's 13 million who can't, there's some that can, but even in that realm, whoever they're lending for is making money, and they generally don't participate in that pool as well. So they're creating equity and asset and generational wealth here, but they're not creating equity and generational wealth from the lending perspective. Well, we created a vehicle where you can now become part of the lending perspective by investing into that pool. So I Have a Dream Home did that. And if you go to ihaveadreamhome.com, you can go to .gold, ihaveadreamhome.gold, which is our website, and click on Invest Now, and that'll allow you to invest into that vehicle. Or you can go straight to ihaveadreamhome.com, either one to get you there, and invest in that vehicle so that you'll also be in the lender's position in creating equity and generational wealth in that particular genre as well. And if you decide to buy a home, which we hope you will eventually, that you also will be creating generational wealth. So you'll have two of the pillars covered. And if you're already doing your own business, you'll have three covered. If you're investing in stock market or cryptocurrency, you'll have four covered, four pillars. But the first two pillars of wealth, we bring those to the public in our business model. And we want you to take advantage of that. And we want you to go to ihaveadreamhome.com and invest in that bucket and become part of the lending structure. So we did that. We built that model for the community. Also on our website, we have a segment on there where you can go and you can look at some of the newsletters that we produced over the years. And primarily, Bareen Morris, our COO, who is responsible for all the designs and information put out in the newsletters. She's done a fantastic job, and we want you to go and study those newsletters to kind of educate you on some of the struggles, but to bring you into the enlightened part of being a part of the I Have a Dream Home community, becoming an investor, owning your own home, and just getting the mindset, set and right to become a part of the the solution and get out of the problem areas. So I just want to touch on the recent newsletter from August. And if you go to our website and you click on the More tab, you'll see our newsletters. And if you look at the August newsletter, there's a very important paragraph in that newsletter, and I'm going to read it to you very quickly. I want to share that, and then I want to speak on it. This paragraph says, we began our journey in June, recognizing the incredible potential that lies within your mind. Okay? The potential in the mind. Okay? The most potent resource at your disposal. So the mind is the most important resource at your disposal. The newsletter says, we explored the profound impact of positive thinking and its ability to shape your reality. Positive thinking shapes your reality. So we want to get into the positive thinking mode. We want to do that at I Have a Dream Home. We want you to do that at home. And we have to change our mindsets to start thinking positively and not blame others for our inabilities or what's happening within our communities. We have to take responsibility, change our mindsets, and become the solution. Okay? And by embracing positivity, recognizing the goodness in every individual, and focusing on the uplifting aspects of life, you have the power to manifest exactly what you seek. So what a man thinketh is a scriptural term, so is he, so is she. So what you think and how you believe is what you manifest in the universe. So I'm guilty. I have blamed folks for our struggle. I don't blame folks anymore for our struggle. The struggle is a mindset that has to be adjusted. We have to think positively and do positive things. So that's why we didn't complain about discrimination and biased lending practices. We created a solution. We said, now let's solve this problem. If there's 13 million mortgage-ready home buyers that can't get mortgages, and they're primarily from our community, what's the problem? What's the solution? So we can address the problem all day long, but where's the solution? So I Have a Dream Home built a solution and built those vehicles to provide, through our proprietary mortgage lending platform, the ability to go out and get a mortgage, but also the investment vehicle. So we're solution orientated. And the mind is so powerful that what it thinks it can create and it can put in the universe. We have no limitations. We don't think small, we think big. We've put out into the capital markets. We went out to raise $1 billion, and we're out there. We're talking to folks raising that $1 billion. Where we're also trying to get folks from the community to invest by going to ihaveadreamhome.com so they can invest a little bit and still be a part of the bigger solution. I'm going to share something else with you that, like, the mind, how it works, and everybody is aware of this, but I just want to point out like how positive thinking and setting your mind on the right course can get you to an end result. It happened to me on several occasions where I would go in and I look at a car in a car dealership, and I see this car with this beautiful color that I haven't seen quite before. And I said, that's a nice looking color. What color is that? And I see the color and I see the car. I hadn't even seen the ar before. And when I leave that dealership and I go out in the public, and next thing I know, I see that car about 10 times within the week. I said, there that car is there. Now, was that car always there in the community passing by and I just didn't see it? Or did everybody go to the car dealership after I went in and said, I like that car too, and bought one on that day or preceding days thereafter? And it's kind of like, there's a study out that says that's how the mind works, that, the cars were always there. You just didn't see it because it wasn't in your mind's eye. But once you saw something that you were attracted to, you started to see it because it was already manifested in the universe. Another phenomenon happened just this past week. in that realm. And I was talking to a group, and they were sharing with me that they had $250 million in tax credits, and they liked our program. And we said, well, let's talk about the $250 million in tax credits. Are they refundable or transferable, et cetera, et cetera? They said they were transferable. And I said, okay, if they're transferable and you want to give us $250 million towards our platform, of course, we're going to entertain that. We'll be happy to look at the tax credits and investigate them and see what the end shall be, whether or not we can bring them into fruition, get them on our books, and use part of that as a lending platform to deliver that capital to the community. Now, not being a tax credit expert, I am a mind, I am a thinker. I said, let me get all your materials that, I need to investigate. I need to call my friend Tom Rath, who is the regional director of the IRS, and check with the IRS. I need to, check with our bank, Enterprise Bank and Trust, who is our escrow company. I need to check with our broker dealers out of Chicago. And in other words, I need to assemble all my professionals to look at this particular offering to see if it's transferable, if we can bring those tax credits into our coffers, transfer them, and then use that to deliver capital to these mortgage-ready home buyers who are seeking capital that can't get it. So as soon as I had that conversation, probably maybe 3 hours later, I was on another call with an individual, and we were talking. It was a new upstart. They wanted to work with us. They're putting together a hedge fund, and they wanted us to work with them and be part of their hedge fund and sit on the board of the hedge fund. So in our discussion, when we're talking, and I just said, well, I'm working on this program to, figure out these tax credits and can we transfer them in? And lo and behold, they were experts in tax credits. And I'm like, that's manifestation, positive thinking, speaking it into existence. So because we were in that realm and we were in the tax credits, here come the tax credit guy, who's the expert, who came and worked with me, and we were able to think and through that process. We weren't able to transfer the tax credits, so we don't have $250 million. Not that we didn't want it, it just that it didn't allow for that to happen and transfer to us as we thought might be the case. But the conversations grew into some other avenues of thought, but it's the manifestation of the thought that opens up the doors to others. And by us being on this platform and pushing the agenda to develop our community, to create generational wealth opportunities for others, and putting ourselves in the equation, not as the primary person, but as the secondary person, but as a service component to serve the primary person, which is the community at large. It opened up a lot of conversations, a lot of relationships that we didn't have before. And so we're in a beautiful position. We're in a beautiful position. We have so much on our desk now that's coming at us. Folks, they said like, here's $633 million in projects. We want you to work with us to help broker these so we can help create capital, so that capital can go towards your organization, so that you can get this beautiful project that you have put together completed. Because we can't complete it without the capital. We have to have the capital in order to deliver it. Now we have science that backs it up, but we have to have a certain level of in-house cash so that we can leverage certain other dollars. But at the same time, we've put out proposals for $1 billion to two different organizations for $1 billion. We put out another one. We put out several proposals or for about $5 million each to organizations that have capital that are looking to invest in upstarts and folks with good ideas that service more than themselves. And so we're still in those discussions, and we're still maneuvering through that. And at the same time, we created an investment vehicle for the general public to go in and invest, $10, $100, $1,000, because when we put the whole package together and the money's raised and the offering is closed, the offering closes on, just for the record, on January 31st, 2024. So there's a little time to still invest, but the offering close date is January 31st, 2024. Now, we're registered with the Security Exchange Commission, the United States Security Exchange Commission. We again, everything is done by the book. We have our broker dealers. We have a $1 billion bank, Enterprise Bank and Trust, serving as an escrow company. We have payment processors and all these folks. I say that because in our particular arena, and we're dealing in the securities arena, everyone that we have as our professional partners have to be registered and authorized to do so by the United States Security and Exchange Commission and the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, which is called FINRA. So everybody that I talk about is registered under those organizations and have been licensed and have the capacity to provide the services we need to put this beautiful structure we put together. So that part is done. And I use the analogy sometimes. I say, we built a beautiful 5-star hotel. So I look at our structure and our business model as a 5-star hotel. Now all we have to do is fill the rooms up with individuals, which is the folks that I'm talking to here. You're one of the individuals. So go to ihaveadreamhome.com and go straight to the investment page and get into the investment before it closes. We're not allowed by law to tell you how much your investment will be. So if you put $1,000 in, we can't say, okay, $1,000, it's going to turn into $10,000 overnight. We're not allowed to say that and tell you what your investment. We can only disclaim. But I will say this: the market that we intend to serve, it's a $1.5 trillion market, and it's being neglected. No one is serving it. And let me not say no one. There's folks serving that market. It's just not enough. The folks who service that market cannot put a dent in the 13 million mortgage-ready home buyers that are sitting there waiting to be served. They can't do it. We can't do it. Our business model only allows us to serve about 1,000 customers per year. 1,000 customers per year. It'd take us 10 years to service 1,000. Take us 10 years to service 10,000 customers. So how many years would it take to service 1 million? But of course, we're going to exponentially grow that. So if we put out $300 million in the first year, and we can service 1,000 mortgage-ready home buyers, the next year we want to double that to 600,000, and every year after that, we want to continue to double and expand our footprint and bring more people into the fold, more office workers, et cetera, so that we can. But even when we did that over the next 5 to 10 years, we still wouldn't put a dent into 13 million mortgage-ready home buyers. We don't have enough time on the planet to do that. But we can start the trend. We can build a company that is structured properly so that it's, when my time comes and I have to leave, that we put the structure properly in place, that there'll be others to step in our shoes and be able to continue to service this population. So we're talking about institutional development, building the institution that's not here as a sole proprietorship for a day, but we're talking about an institution that's servicing the people that's here for a lifetime. I always say, and my mentor always told me that, as our purpose is always to work ourselves out of a job. So I'm building the structure to work myself out of a job so somebody else can come in and take it to the next level. And when their time is up, somebody else come in and take it to the next level. And these corporations that, have been around for hundreds of years and so on and so forth, that's the model. It's institutional, structural development. So if you're not thinking in those terms, you're only going to be short-term and short-sighted, and you're not going to be around long enough to make a difference. And that's just the pillar, of home ownership. And of course, with our profits that we take in from the company, and all the folks who invest will be an owner in that company, we'll take and invest in other companies and other folks in our community that are doing great things that also can build $1 million structures and so on and so forth, and take it to the next level. And there's so many opportunities out there. We just partner with and let me say just partner. That's not even true, because what we did, I have a contract signed on one end, but on the other end, the contract has one signature on and still needs 2 more signatures. Those 2 more signatures are supposed to be delivered tomorrow or by the end of the week. So when those 2 signatures are delivered and the signatures in those 2 contracts come together, that's $1 billion opportunity that I'm not really privy to share the details of it, but it's in the medical field. And it's a medical operation device that is so beneficial, it's patented. There's already it was a study done on it, et cetera, et cetera. So we're trying to lock that down right now. We need 2 more signatures on it. But the generational or the wealth that we are accumulating from that, because of our mindset and the way we think, that is not for our personal individual pockets. That is to go into the collective good, into the structure of I Have a Dream Home in the holding company, so that we can now continue to invest in others and other opportunities, so we can again expand and develop more people. We don't care. We want to be like Shark Tank. We want to sit there with a whole bunch of resources and money and say, what you got, bring it. We don't want to get you on no television and talk negatively about you and make you look crazy because your idea is not good. We want to say, if it's not a good idea and it can't, create opportunities and employments and so on and so forth, we'll share with you. But if it's not, you can't tell me that person doesn't have a good idea. For them to come with any idea means that they have an idea. They just haven't got to the place where that idea that is the one that's going to be the home run for them has come to the forefront. But we know it's there because they already swinging the bat, you see? So when a person is swinging the bat, you try to exercise that ability in them and try to help them fine tune and hone so that they can be successful in what their true calling is, which is creating and developing something. We don't know what it is, but if you come and we can't take your initial idea, we want you to sit with our people and professionals and keep swinging. We don't discard you. We don't embarrass you. Excuse me. We don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because we need every one of you to be successful. We need our whole community. We got to change our mindsets. We got to be positive about who we are. We got to take our rightful position as kings and queens and thinkers and builders and developers. There's no limitations on what we can do as a culture and as a people. We just have to be guided to the opportunity. And there's folks, and then I don't want to go into the negative saying there's folks here, linebackers trying to block you from getting a touchdown, because that's not true. These things that are out there, they're just static, symbols that stand there. They're like rocks. They're like mountains. They're not people, they're mountains. So when you go and you're going from here, from Pennsylvania, and you're going to Rochester, New York, there's a mountain, and somebody decided to bore a hole in the mountain, and you go all the way through that mountain to the other side and keep going to New York, to Rochester, New York. When I go home, I'm like I don't even know how they did that hole in that mountain, but they did it. And the whole big mountain is up there, but there's a hole, and it's called a tunnel, and then you just go through the tunnel through the whole mountain. But before they bored that hole in that tunnel, people used to go over it to get to the other side. So that people are just static mountains, and that's going to always be the case. But the case is, what is your mindset? Is your mindset like that's the enemy, and you put up your dukes and you start fighting? You fighting this false enemy instead of just going around or getting out your bore and boring through and getting to the other side. We believe in getting to the other side, and we believe that you can get to the other side. And I Have a Dream Home is a vehicle that has tentacles and abilities, and we're asking you to invest in it and become a part of it. Now, it's a brilliant vehicle. We went into a world contest. We put our platform up against the world. We said, here's I Have a Dream Home. And we said, let's go into this competition. I think the winner got $5 million. So we said, let's enter the competition and win this $5 million. Because how you going to have a better platform than bringing a whole population of people towards a mindset of creating generational wealth, taking 13 million mortgage-ready home buyers and creating a proprietary mortgage lending platform that takes the bias out. And there's some other nuances in our lending structure, that makes it proprietary that we won't talk about right here. But how could we possibly lose? And we're going to close the black and white wealth gap by implementing our program. And we're going to create an institution that's going to live forever. So how are we going to lose? So we went into this world competition and we put our platform up against the world. And we don't have $5 million. We didn't win the competition, but we came in third in the world. Third, number 1, 2, 3 in the world, which means that out of everybody that submitted in that competition, there were only 2 they considered better ideas than ours. One was in the tech world. I forgot what the other one was in. I was just mad we lost, because I'm like, how we lose? We create generational wealth. They might create generational wealth. They have a technology that could be, brilliant down the road. We talking about right now. So anyway, we came in third in the world. I thought that was that solidified in our minds, and that like we are on the right track. We can't be denied what we got. Nobody has ever looked at our platform and said, that's not going to work. You're thinking too big. Where are you going to get the capital from? The big banks have all left the mortgage industry. What makes you think you can be successful if the big banks aren't successful? Well, it's not that the big banks weren't successful. Mortgage lending was a third of Wells Fargo's business revenue. They were making money. They just decided, instead of making money and dealing with all these folks called homeowners and having to deal with that business, there was more money to be made in investment banking. So let's take our mindset and go into investment banking, where we can make the same amount of money and more, and deal with less people and deal with rich folks that already have money, and not even have to deal with folks that might, lose a job next week and we got to go and foreclose on them or whatever and restructure them and all that, when we could just deal with these rich folks that's already got money and take their money and half the time lose it and still get paid. So they decided to go into another direction. And they said, well, what about these people here? And what about your mortgage lending institution that's a third of your profit of your banking institution? Yeah, but we gonna do this investment banking. We're gonna be right here. So they just left it. They just said, their CEO came on and put out press release and said, we quit. We're not lending to folks no more. JP Morgan Chase, they quit. They said same thing. We're not lending to folks no more. And they put out a little excuse. They said homeowners, it's a problem. They can't do this and that. And I said, okay. But then they turned right around and took $1 billion to invest in building a whole bunch of homes to rent to the same people. Okay, wait a minute. You won't give them money for mortgages to own the home, create generational wealth, but you'll put money in, build the houses, and let them rent so they can create generational wealth for you and those folks who invested on this vehicle. I'm like, is anybody seeing this? Am I the only one seeing straight here that they cut the bottom of the blanket off, sold it to the top of the blanket, and sold a pipe dream? And now, again, positive thinking. Now let's go back. Let's rewind, because I don't want you to be negative and think about JP Morgan, Chase, and Wells Fargo. No, that's not the case. The case is they were doing business. They seen what was best for their folks that they are accountable to, their stockholders. If you ain't a stockholder, you ain't have one of those pillars. You know, you don't own your home, you ain't invested in nothing, you don't have no stock, you don't count in that system. They're not accountable to you. So you're not an investor. So we're saying, like, okay, invest in I Have a Dream Home. Become an investor, become accountable to something. Let us be accountable to you. Let us work together. Let us build what we do naturally. You know, whatever we take on, we become the leader of it. We become the best at it. So we just haven't taken on the right things. You know, we don't take on the right things. So let's take on the right things. Let's take on something that we can work collectively together. I Have a Dream Home is an open book. It's like our stuff is published. It's in the public with the lights on. We have to publish our financial statements. We have to publish our Form C. We have to do audited financial statements every year just to stay in the game. You know, now all we're missing, as I said earlier, we built a 5-star hotel. We have a penthouse. We have everything. We got a pool in this imaginary 5-star hotel, right? The only thing we don't have is you coming into the rooms, putting your investment in, you know, putting your dollars where your mouth is. Your mouth is like, I want to do this. I want to create this. I want to do this for my family. But if, again, I use the bank as an example, Wells Fargo and JP Morgan Chase. If you're not a stockholder and investor in these institutions, you don't have a voice. You don't have a say. So when they take a whole community and say, well, we're not going to service you anymore, and you can't even go to the board meeting and pound your hand on the table and says, how dare you? You're not invited to the board meeting. You can't even do a proxy. You don't have a proxy. You don't vote. You're not in it. So we're saying, come get in it. We're saying we built a structure for you to get in. And we don't know how else to tell you to get into I Have a Dream Home. www.ihaveadreamhome.com. Go in and put $10 and open up your account. You'll get a whole account. It look like a bank account. You'll see everything you're doing, boom, 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 and get in it. January 31st, 2024, it closes. If you ain't in it, how you gonna win in it? So with that said, I thank you for listening to me, and God bless you. God keep you. We're gonna make this happen with you. And the other thing is, or without you, but we ain't saying that because that ain't even true. We're gonna make this happen with you. End of story.
Thank you so much, Dr. Quinina. I really appreciate you for showing up tonight and for sharing more information about this.
Well, I thank you, Ms. Hicks, and appreciate the opportunity. You did a great job. I've been watching you.
Thank you.
You do so good, and you read and with your perfect diction.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You've been a blessing. You're the first one to ever pronounce my name right the first time, too, by the way.
Good
it was
to know.
one other gentleman that did it. So
I understand. Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this evening on the Black Business Network. My name is Marak Hicks, and as we like to say, genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku. Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.